Happening at this hour, hundreds of homes are being evacuated in Manatee County as the Piney Point gypsum stack is on the verge of a catastrophic collapse. This is a live look from Eagle 8 HD. It's flying over the leak right now where you can see the wastewater spilling out at this hour. Officials are telling 8 on your side at some point the wall that the water is coming from could completely give in, causing millions of gallons of water to flood out.
We're talking about the potential of about 600 million gallons within a matter of seconds and minutes leaving that retention pool and going around the surrounding area.
As we speak, the evacuation zone is growing in Manatee County as this massive reservoir of phosphate wastewater is in imminent danger of collapsing, and this would release a catastrophic flood on nearby homes in this area. Take a look at your screen at this hour. This map is showing the very latest evacuation zone around the Piney Point facility. It covers more than 300 houses. If you are indeed in this area, officials are urging you to pack up and leave right now as the crews continue to work on draining some of the wastewater from that reservoir. Good evening, everyone. I'm Melanie Michael. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday. We do have a lot of news to get to, so let's get right to it right now. Crews have been working around the clock at the Piney Point phosphate plant, and the work began earlier this week as one of the 40-foot high walls started to leak. Evacuation orders are in effect for people living nearby. Officials say those residents may not be able to return home for at least 10 days. Law enforcement is keeping people out of this area, closing US 41 from Moccasin Wallow Road in Manatee County all the way to College Avenue in Hillsboro. Let's take another live look from Eagle 8 HD at this hour, which of course is keeping an eye on the situation at Piney Point as we watch for any signs of possible catastrophic wall failure. And tonight we have 8 on your side team coverage of this very dangerous situation. So let's begin with Allison Henning. She starts us off tonight. She has the very latest from Manatee County at the Emergency Operations Center. Allison?
Mel, good evening. So state and county officials have been keeping a very close eye on that leaking gypsum stack from inside this facility right here. Right now, I'm told only key engineers are on site at Piney Point right now doing everything possible to keep that flow of water under control and prevent 380 million gallons from causing an uncontrollable disaster. Overnight efforts to repair and reinforce the leaking gypsum stack at Piney Point turned out unsuccessful. This emergency alert calling for an imminent collapse went out Saturday morning shortly after on-site engineers determined the situation was escalating.
A portion of the containment wall at the leak site shifted laterally, signifying that structural collapse could occur at any time.
Up close, you can see and hear the process water flowing out of the gypsum stack in a steady stream. This as 2 massive pipes continue to drain 22,000 gallons a minute from the 79-acre pond. Acting County Administrator Scott Hopes says maintaining control of the outflow is key.
Every minute that we go without a full breach occurring, it's reducing the amount of area, volume of water that would go into the surrounding land.
Hope says should there be a full uncontrolled breach, extra pumps, cranes, and other heavy equipment are already on the way from the state as Governor Ron DeSantis declared a state of emergency for Manatee County. If draining goes as planned, it'll be 10 to 12 days before the pond is empty. And county officials say the chances of a complete collapse are really increasing by the moment. Again, if this happens, 380 million gallons of that processed water would come rushing out all at once. Live in Manatee County, Allison Henning, 8 on your side.
Allison, a very precarious situation at this hour. Thank you so much. And county leaders and engineers as well are monitoring the plant, and people living nearby are also paying close attention. They are being evacuated at this hour, leaving behind their homes in the potential strike zone. At your sides, Olivia Steen continues our live team coverage tonight. Olivia, what are folks around there telling you?
Well, yeah, many of the people who live in this area say overall this is just a huge inconvenience. Majority of the homes closest to the plant have already been evacuated, and as you can see behind me, there is a blockade set up on US 41 right here on the intersection of Moccasin Wallow. Now, I'm told the only people who are allowed to drive through this area are employees at the jail, at the port, or anyone working on that leak.
feel bad for the people that are in the evacuation area, and I hope that this gets resolved in a positive way soon.
Alan Fears lives in Artisan Lakes, just a couple miles away from the Piney Point plant, but the leak still has him on edge.
I'm nervous that the impact it's going to have on the entire community. It could be that the evacuation area is flooded, but it could have impacts on ground quality and water quality going forward.
He's only lived in Manatee County for a few months, but already knows the concerns residents have had about this plant in the past.
From what I understand, this has been an ongoing problem for 20 years plus, and no one has addressed it like it should have been addressed previously.
The Florida Department of Environmental Protection tells us this is the second leak in a decade. Discharges of contaminated water were first reported back in the 1970s. Fears hopes the magnitude of this leak will spark a more permanent solution this time around.
And something's got to happen here fairly quickly, and hopefully that whole retention area will not collapse.
And just a heads up for anyone traveling in this area, US 41 is blocked off starting at the intersection of Moccasin Wallow, and it extends all the way down to the Hillsborough County line. Live in Manatee County, Olivia Steen, 8 on your side.
Olivia, thank you. And if the stack collapses, it could impact the quality of drinking water, the environment, the local economy, and even more. Let's get to 8 on your side's Nico Clemens, who was at Piney Point when the latest evacuation notice came out.
Saturday morning at 11, Manatee County public safety officials ordered a complete evacuation of the Piney Point area. A minute later, 11:01, people got that emergency evacuation notice on their phones. It left many people in this area feeling a bit uneasy throughout the day. Everyone is keeping a close eye on the Piney Point Reservoir site in Manatee County and the phospho-gypsum stack. The emergency alert Saturday warning people that the collapse of the Piney Point stack was imminent. That's millions of gallons of wastewater that could spill out into the entire area. Friday, public safety officials ordered an evacuation of homes and businesses south of the stack. That evacuation zone expanded north after law enforcement noticed a leak on the north wall of the retention pond. Saturday, FHP closed part of US 41. Cars were forced to find another way around. At least one man telling 8 on your side he couldn't get home.
Something needs to be done.
Ron Knight is a local chemist. He says about 15 years ago, he and another microbiologist did some studies on the water in the retention pond. But he remembers then the county faced similar problems.
Nobody seemed to be interested at the time, and they've waited 20 years, and nothing much has changed.
The company managing this stack is pumping thousands of gallons a minute out of this pond in an attempt to reduce the pressure and prevent a collapse. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection says the water is primarily salt water and slightly acidic, but not toxic, but it'll still cause problems in local waterways. Knight believes this is an issue someone should have handled a long time ago.
I just wish they would come up with a plan and not wait another 20 years till this happens again.
The Manatee County Public Safety Department says if you have any questions about whether or not you live in the evacuation zone, to call 311. In Manatee County, I'm Nico Clemens, 8 on your side.